And almost on cue, just as we were reporting the increase in intensity of attacks by Russia, we've got some fresh images coming in from the Black Sea, where a Russian Navy missile ship has just launched 4 caliber cruise missiles in this fresh piece of footage that has just come in. Take a look at this image of 4 caliber long-range cruise missiles being launched from the Black Sea fleet of the Russian Navy at unspecified Ukrainian targets. Let's just put that sound up and listen to this entire video once again. Right now, in this fresh piece of footage that's been released by the Russian Ministry of Defense, is a picture of 4 caliber cruise missiles being launched from a Russian Navy ship that is deployed in the Black Sea. It's part of the Black Sea fleet, and missile attacks of this kind have been increased. The tempo of such attacks has been increased by Russia in the last few days as it continues to attack and mount offensives on southern and eastern Ukraine. I want to go across now, while we keep these images on air, I want to go across to India Today's Rajesh Pawar, who's live with us from Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, and also Mausami Singh, who is in fact on the Black Sea coast. She is in Odessa. She will be in Mykolaiv very soon. Many of those places have been targeted by attacks of the kind that you're looking at right now. Rajesh, very quickly to you first. You know, image after image of missile attacks from the Black Sea aimed at Ukrainian targets. Any idea where these targets are? Are these southern and eastern targets, Rajesh? I know it's difficult to pinpoint, but you know, with a de-escalation happening in the Kyiv area and in western Ukraine, where are these missiles aimed at?
Look, Shiv, as we've been seeing in last 1 week, ever since the Russian forces withdrew from outside of Kyiv and Chernihiv, it was expected by Ukrainian intelligence, these forces will be rotated towards east and south via Belarus. And that is what seems to be happening right now. Again, there's been a report today by Ukrainian intelligence that in coming days, war in east and south will intensify. About these missiles being fired from the Black Sea fleet, from Black Sea by the Russian Navy. Let me tell you a very interesting thing. Last time I asked this question from the military spokesperson of the Ukrainian army, and he said they are firing on Odessa, in which one of the depot was blown up, the fuel depot, and other firing which they're doing is basically to find out the location of the big weapons of Ukrainian army inside Odessa. See, this kind of attacks are normal by the armies to locate the big weapons, the missile bases of the enemy in the big city. So Russians are doing this probably to locate those sites so that when the time comes, they can target them. Shiv.
Very interesting. Stay with me, Rajesh. India Today's Mausami Singh happens to be in Odessa, which is one of the urban centers on the Black Sea coast, southern Ukraine, that is being targeted by missile attacks. We have no confirmation whether this particular missile attack was aimed at Odessa, but Odessa is one of the targets for such attacks from the Black Sea. Mausami, I'm sure you've seen these images. What can you tell us? What have you heard from the ground? Odessa also under attack, clearly, Mausami.
Shiv, I can tell you one thing, that Odessa is one of the prime targets for the Russians. It is not only a prime target because it is of strategic importance, but it's immensely economic importance and also psychological importance. Many Russians in the summer do visit Odessa, and you know, the whole concept of Holy Rus, actually the psychological edge that the Russians feel they have in Odessa, that Odessa would surrender, but that didn't happen. And importantly, when one of these oil refineries was targeted, at that point of time, many questioned why a defunct refinery was targeted. And Rajesh Pawar just mentioned that perhaps the Russians suspected there was stocking of weapons in that refinery. But if you look at what President Zelensky has said, that Odessa could be bombarded, somewhere the civilians do feel that, perhaps the Russians Russians won't bombard Odessa because there are many places of historical importance that have a connection to the Russian past of Odessa and Russian connection. But I can tell you that this is the naval headquarters. After 2014, after the occupation of Crimea by Russia, this is the naval headquarters, and that's why why this is in central focus. Already Nikolai, which is not very far away, is being bombarded, and this is a city that is on the edge. We'll be keeping you posted about all the latest developments, but the civilians here are watching the entire developments very, very carefully, Shiv.
Mausami, stay safe. Thank you very much to you and Parminder and to Rajesh for getting us the latest on that. Things are, a calmer in Kyiv, but that doesn't mean that things are over. Far from it. The intensity of the action, like we've just shown you, has shifted to the east and the south.